This video is about the recent passage of a controversial bill by Pakistan's lower house of parliament. This legislation grants the government extensive controls over social media. It includes severe penalties for individuals spreading disinformation. Critics argue that the bill aims to suppress freedom of speech. The bill was expedited through the National Assembly. Lawmakers from the opposition party, led by imprisoned former Prime Minister Imran Khan, walked out in protest. This walkout brought into light the opposition's strong disapproval of the proposed law. Human rights activist Farhatullah Babar expressed concerns. He stated that the changes to the cybercrime law would further restrict freedom of expression. Babar noted that the law establishes multiple authorities under executive control. He described this as an expansion of the influence of unaccountable intelligence agencies. The new law is an amendment to the Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act. It allows authorities to create an agency with the power to block content deemed unlawful. This includes content critical of judges, the armed forces, and parliament. Individuals or organizations posting such content may face bans from social media platforms. Furthermore, social media platforms must register with the new Social Media Protection and Regulatory Authority. Failure to comply may result in temporary or permanent bans. The legislation also criminalizes the spread of disinformation. Offenders could face up to 3 years in prison and a fine of 2 million rupees, equivalent to approximately $7,150. Journalists' unions and news editors have rejected the bill. They argue that it poses threat to press freedom. Information Minister Atullah Tarar defended the law. He claimed it targets the spread of disinformation and hate speech. Tarar stated that he is open to addressing the concerns of journalists. He insisted that the law is not intended to impose restrictions on electronic media or journalists. The government's push for this legislation follows a recent history of internet censorship. Nearly a year ago, Pakistan blocked the X platform before an election. This election was described by Khan's opposition party as rigged. Although X remains blocked, many users access it through virtual private networks. This is a common practice in countries with strict internet controls. Imran Khan has a substantial following on social media. His supporters frequently demand his release online. Khan has been imprisoned since 2023 on graft charges. His party utilizes social media to organize demonstrations and rallies. The leader of the opposition, Omar Ayub Khan, condemned the legislation. He argued that it could establish a foundation for suppressing voices advocating for constitutional rights. On the same day, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party announced the end of negotiations with the government. This decision came ahead of a deadline to meet with Khan. Gohar Ali Khan, chairman of the party, made this announcement after initial discussions about Khan's release. In recent years, Pakistani media has experienced increasing censorship. Journalists report facing state pressure to avoid mentioning Imran Khan by name. Many television stations now refer to him only as the founder of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party. Human rights defenders and journalists' unions have pledged to oppose the new law. However, with the government holding a majority in parliament, its passage appears inevitable. Afzal Butt, president of the Federal Union of Journalists, has spoken out against the law. He described it as an attempt to stifle the media, social media, and journalists. The government maintains that the law is necessary to curb the spread of disinformation. The ongoing debate reflects broader concerns about freedom of expression in Pakistan.